Sorry about that. Not used to using this scene much anywhere. Anyway, hello everyone, I'm going Bounty on the B2 as I've been doing activities at the Eastern with some Spacefarers, and today yeah, different thing from usual. I haven't done this in a while. Why? Because of the backlog of games I have been doing lately, so for those already have assets made for it, so it's like no reason to actually make assets making, you know, there's a new game coming. And something like the one with Vocopia, I end up making the asset long before I even realized I could just turn this into a stream. It is what it is. Anyways, today we'll be making Dragonmaster Alex armor from Lunar, because we'll be playing that at some point, hopefully after we finish Metaphor properly. Need to find a proper place to grind levels, because we're pretty on the level in a point in the game. Ugh. It is what it is. But anyway, we'll be making the Dragonmaster armor. We already made his green overcoat last time, so we're going to work on the Dragonmaster armor, because eventually later in the game he gets promoted to Dragonmaster, and that's what he uses towards the end of the game. So we'll be working on that and the helmet as well. So I have both files ready to go. So let's let's get to it. Actually, let me put my body here. Here's a reference. Let me take the black from this one for the line work. Keep it just in case, but just basically another thing here. It looks like he has under armor, and then we have the other piece of armor over him. And they're symmetrical. Good! That means we can use the symmetrical tool. Actually use the symmetry tool. Alright, mission size 10. Let's apply symmetry. But the armor is actually pretty symmetrical, so make sure we get that done properly, and that we're properly in the middle. Get that out of the way. Okay, let's see. Just lower this a little bit, because the other part of the armor, the helmet, will be on a separate file. Okay, I think we're good enough there. Move this around. Yeah, I want to make sure whenever I draw a line, it's properly drawn on that side. Something like this. Right, this in a hurry. Kind of looks like some kind of bad guy burst. Anyway, we already got that. Couldn't find many pictures of him in high quality, so it was really difficult. Let me just put this one on the back. Maybe bring this one up to the front. And the more recent one here, so I can get a better view of the armor. So I just turn this one down. I think we found this one on a Facebook video. So I managed to take the screen cap right away. So probably making everything here. The mouse doesn't show. Oh, let me see if I can see it. No, let me see if I can make the mouse visible. Completely forgot how to do that. Let's see. We'll be working on it as we go. Anyway, let's see. We got this layer. Make sure we are not touching any other layers. There we go. Now when we draw, we don't hear anything else. Yeah, probably pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, the armor isn't that detailed, so it shouldn't take too long. So let's get on it right away. We have sharp shins, so let's see if we can make it around. And then we make it pretty tight on the body, so let me just follow over here. Let me just tear this down too. So most of this won't be seen, so I'll be one part of the underside of the armor, because we're getting the armor placed on top, so this layer doesn't really matter much except for painting. So we got part of that done, because the armor place eventually covered this area. Let's get to this one. Make sure it's tight and close to the body. Yeah, it's not 100% here. We can see what's happening here. but I will fix that later. I'll probably fix this part once I finish this part enough symmetry. Right, we got that part. Because we're getting special costs for it, so it's like won't really matter later. Start to fix it here because it's not 100% symmetrical, so but let me just turn it on the symmetry so we can actually fix this side. It follows a little bit better. Also need to be perfect, but most of these won't be seen anyway. This will be the interesting part. Won't matter too much because yeah, this one follows the model better. This one was spotting a little bit of movement, so and this part won't really be supposed to be covered by the armor. So okay, let's see. Anything else we need to add to this? Now, fortunately, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward because we're getting another couple covers on top. We are good on that. Yeah, better idea to fix this so it doesn't look too symmetrical here. Let's see the division there. Let me see if I can actually fix this. I need to cover up my chin a little bit. Alright. Fix this. Yeah, push. Sorry, the cost of the fan making noise. It's being funny. Okay. We got the underside of the armor. After that, it's just the stuff that goes on top. Alright, let me make sure we get the proper shoulders too. Kinda hard to see. Okay, I think this is good enough for this layer. We'll expand the shoulders a little bit. But, let's fix this a little bit so it's a little bit higher. But it's something on the references. It's like, let me fix this real quick. Why does it look smaller? Anyway, won't matter too much in the end. Yeah, because all that will be covering armor, so it won't really matter in the end. So we have to make sure shoulders should be better represented there. Yeah. And we fix this gap here, this thing here, which is coming up. I should probably just tune out the symmetry just in case. Get that out of the way. Check over here. Okay, I think I did the right thing because now it's showing up. So that's a good thing. Making sure everything looks proper. Okay, before we proceed to the next side. Okay. That works for now. Yeah, this part kind of looks a little bit weird, but it'll be covered up by the next layer. So it's like, it won't really matter. Okay, now comes the neck cover armor. So let me here we have that. Ooh. Yes, got fingers because he has like a couple squares as attachments, so I had to make those by my hand or make it more organic just by making the divisions myself. This needs to be pretty asymmetrical, but that's good, that's good. That makes things flow a little bit better. Okay, let's see. Means start from there. Then oh, I messed up the line there. All right there, they mess it up along the way. Why did I do that? Oh, let me see if I should fix things around. There we go. It's not perfect, but it will do for now. It's a little bit further than I thought. Let's see. To see, let's go. Yeah, kind of there. Okay. Then that gets going to another piece of armor, which goes around here. Okay. Making sure we do this properly. There we go. Then for this one, it hugs the other part closer, so let's see. And we put it around here. Goes into the other piece of armor. Yeah, it's going to look a little bit messy because the side of the armor is not colored, so it's like going to be like that for a bit unless I actually properly paint it underneath. I will get that out of the way. Also make things better for myself, and it makes it easy to this stuff. And send these lines constantly overlapping each other. So let me just paint this and get it out of the way. Yeah, this thing won't be too long as it usually with asset making strings should be around 1 to 2 hours considering the details. So this one doesn't have that many details, which is good. After that, we're going to tackle Pokemon Fire Red to see if we can catch Suicune. I already had the thumbnail ready, but I had yet to make the waiting room because I wasn't sure what time it would be ready. So I wanted to have some dinner before that, so that's why I haven't said anything yet, but except for the thumbnails which have already been done. I mentioned essentially just to tackle Suicune and maybe even reach pretty much the Elite Four and the former champions, because now they will have stronger level Pokemon and they'll have some Johto Pokemon with them. They're not canon teams, so let me turn off the other layers so I can actually see this better. No, the other one. There we go. Now I know what I'm doing. It's easier to see. And we are painting here. It's the underside on the armor. Get this out of the way because every time I make an asset, something, and then when I start doing the finishing touches, there's a whole bunch of holes because somehow my little body in the background messes things up, at least for Photoshop. You end up having to spend like an hour or so just covering holes because of the layers. Some reason when I put my body in the background makes Photoshop skip a whole bunch of stuff. So let's make sure that doesn't happen, and we can grab this up quickly. But yeah, the idea was to actually do Lunar after we are done with Metaphor, but the grinding issue with Metaphor has we don't get that really delayed. I really need to level like 20-30 levels before I face the final boss, so it's a lot to do. At least most of the archetypes I needed I already maxed out, so that's good. I need a place to grind levels, and especially Mag. Right now my strongest character in there will be Basilio at level 53. Why do you have to make that necessary to complete it? It is what it is. I also need to finish his social links, so it's like to access his other classes. Right now he's just stuck in his basic berserker class. He's hard though. I need to work on that later. when I made to play this, the plan was do both Lunar games after Metaphor, then we jump into Twilight Princess. That was the original plan. But the Metaphor being trouble, so made delay the whole thing. And I got busy with peak season, then probably got into a kind of peak season again. Work has been getting in the way. Not. Some things are changing, so it's like things are not changing for the better, which is not good. Here's what it is. Let me just make this smaller. Where this area is better. And we're making the underside on the armor. We'll work about shading and stuff later. We want to make sure this underside is properly painted before we do anything else. But this serves as a base. The rest of the armor. So makes going about the other layers easier. Make sure it's properly done. And probably because I was smoothing on, so let me just turn this off. There we go. That way when I paint, it works immediately. Can be more reactive. There we go. Yeah, I worked on the last night real quick after finishing watching Gavan Infinity and Star Procure. It's Star Detective. Really looking forward to the next Gavan that's going to show up. It's with like based on Ninja. Looks like Metal Heroes Jiraiya, so looking forward to the new Jiraiya in action. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah, won't look too great until we start putting the details, so I get that. And we get the other bits of armor added to it once I want to fix this line work. It looks bad, the circles. Alright, let me just make sure to take the black again. We start fixing this thing. Yo! Front layer. There we go. And we pull this back to 10. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, the wrong one. Why 59 to adjust the size? Yeah, let me just smoothing this back to 100. There we go. Let me just change this because it looks like it's too circular and that annoys me. It has to look sharper, not like it's an actual circle. Okay, better. Those circles were starting to annoy me. I can see it here. Oh, I guess I see it like that because it's too obvious it's a circle. There we go. That looks a lot better. Doesn't like just put a circle there. Make this a little bit sharper. There we go. Okay, the rest just work as they are. Right. Actually, it's just one color for them, except for the obvious fur-like appearance on the mask. So very good. Oh yeah, the red part. Papa, worry about that later. Let's see. We got found the chest armor. There's another one. Okay. Let me make it in the same layer since we're close to it. Let's see. Should be somewhere around here. Close to Oh, lo saca seco. Let's see. Oh, because this is actually a little bit shorter. Naruhodo. Let me make sure we do that work here. I made it too long. Yeah. Then we can delete this one. We fix this line work there. All right. I will fix that soon. There we go. That way doesn't look too much of a. Oh, there we go. Fix this corner. Oh, okay. Let me get a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, not perfect, but it will do. I also got fixed on the other side, so it's now shorter as it should be. Okay, now we have to make this part of the armor, which means put the other one. Just display the value each time, so it can be a little bit confusing. No, that looks way too obvious. Oh. That dog started barking. Know that this could be visible, but I want to make sure it looks right. Okay, let me base it on the old one. Know that this will matter much because the lower part won't be visible, so won't matter too much in the end. Okay, now we start working on the joints. Make sure everything connects for the shoulder armor. Ooh, there's a little bit of the shoulder is shown too. Here the shoulders will hardly be seen. Let me see the other one. Yeah, won't matter too much because since we covered here, so it can potentially just go. So let me see, make sure I have the proper layer. Okay, that means he might have the fire emblem armor. That shape is smaller and attached closer to his body, so let me see, I do this properly. Not perfect, but it actually is closer like that. I can also see a little bit of the black underneath, so that might be just good enough. Not too pronounced either. Maybe a little bit further, like this. Mate. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. Okay, let's see the old line work and just put on the new one. Okay, need this to be smaller. Mate. There we go. Then we can get rid of this one, which is the old one. There we go. Then we fix this. I'll fix the rest of that line later. Okay, we got that out of the way. So this actually looks proper. Mother. Let me set the line there. Hey, I'll fix it. Okay, that works. Let me make sure we put some line here. Pero cállate. Alright, let's go. That works. He backs at everything that walks in front of him. There we go. Yeah, at least we got back on the basic armor design, so we can start working on the joints. And it should be better to actually make that under a different layer. That way I can just delete easier. Okay. We reduce the line thickness to 5. Oh, considering this is the same thickness as the other one, so now this way gets trickier because the armor has connection joints. One on each side, which means we keep the symmetry. Apparently one around here, so we make it. And that will be repeated on the other side. And for this one, I have to face it so it's a little bit closer, so it hugs this part a little bit closer. So let me just fix that here. Not is unnecessary. Yes, let's go over here. And for this one, there's one around here. There we go. And there's one a little bit closer up here. There we go. And just one with the shoulders on each side. Yeah. It is straightforward. And for this one requires some circles, so I can just make the circles myself. We're going to okay, go. So this one we have the circles over here, so let me just put a separate layer for this and make circles. No fill. No fill. The stroke is black. And we make that 10. It matches everything else. Now that is big as well, so we make that a little bit smaller. We put it properly, and we duplicate on the other side. Find it takes four of them, so yeah. It's a staple the armor around the middle section. Actually, I'm in the proper place, so just duplicate this layer. I have to put the before we duplicate. For the fill, we're going to take it from here. That means where the fill goes, we put that here and we duplicate that piece. Alright. Then we move that piece right around Matsu. There, doesn't need to be perfect. I'm wasting it perfect. Okay, now we duplicate that layer. Alright. And we put it somewhere around here. Around the middle section. I'm actually in the correct area, so make it a little bit lower. Now then we put it on the other side. We duplicate that one. And notice that mistake, but I will fix it when I get there. Doesn't need to be perfect. Yeah, this thing, let me see if I can actually fix it because it doesn't need to piss me off. You can see a sequence ending, so it's like, oh. It probably won't be visible, but it's annoying me. There we go. I bet you can start painting part of this armor. We worry about these things later. Just delete and just put up everything else. Now we had that. duplicate. Okay, now we got that and the colors. I think we could start painting now. Thank goodness for the armor not having so detailed. Yay! Okay, I should probably just turn off one of the other layers. Oh, this is good enough. Let me just turn off smoothing. More smoothing for you. Unfortunately, the armor is simple in design, which is great. I love that. It'll probably work about shading, putting things a little bit darker as we go. Make sure everything's dropping. Okay, let me put the music a little bit louder. There we go. Ah. Bring you some monster for that. Yeah, we're going to have Pokemon Fire Red sometime after this, but I would like to eat something before doing that. I'll be doing catching Suicune if possible. Then probably we do some more training because some Pokemon really need training for this. We'll be about to train Goldbat if I need in a spin look at level 42, so that would be really useful against Suicune. Because Wolfbait is like way too strong. So it won't be a bad idea to go back to Victory Road and level up Dr. Man. There's mean look. I'm worrying about. Oh, what the heck am I painting here? Alright. After this, we're going to go after the helmet. I need to fix that circle, it's pissing me off. I worry about that later. Yeah, hopefully everything looks alright. Found that one to fix that because it's pissing me off because I don't like seeing details of that. Okay, let me see which day it was. Obvious circle there. There we go. Ah, much better. Now for this goes here, which means I keep painting all this. Yeah, the idea is to eventually tackle Lunar when we can. Yeah, I mean finishing metaphor. Is he gonna burn out on that? I see painting over the line. This is this layer. There. Okay, why is it painting over the other line? Are they? Oh yeah, I need to delete this line from the suit or move it around. Worry about that later. I know what's going on. Probably the layers need to be moved around. Oh, there's it. Wait a moment. This one with the original lines have to be moved. There we go. And now I find something that was deleted. Faces. Alright, let me see if I can find it. On it. Sticking out like a sword thumb. Okay, now we continue painting. Yeah, there's remnants of like deleted and line work. Alright, let me just get this and find out where these lines come from. Okay, this one. Let me delete those remnants of line work so they really do stick out. Okay, let's make this a little bit smaller. Alright, let's check the other side. Oh yeah, I was painting this. Nice. There we go over here. Okay, there is. Hopefully not going on some line work over here. But yeah, fortunately the armor is pretty straightforward, which makes this really awesome. It's the helmet that has a little bit more detail, but we'll tackle that when we get there. Also got my references for Wario Land Game Boy, Virtual Boy. Never played that one though because never had access to a Virtual Boy. Apparently it's actually more a sequel to the inner Wario Land than Wario Land 2 ever was. And look at the pictures of it for Nintendo. Certainly looks it certainly follows Wario Land closer in the first one. There we go. And to look nice, we got part of the armor done. We went to both the proper details and we'll be good to go. It's nice that we're getting there. Oh! Yeah, I need to move forward. Wow, the layers. Which one was it? This one. There we go. Layers, layers, and layers. It gets to be complicated as we go. Oh. Notice that line. Let me just get it out of the way. Okay, much better. Let's keep painting because we are not done yet. Let's keep painting on what to do. And just so we have to leave from all the layers here. Alright, there we go, get that too. Perfect, and then we make this a little bit smaller to cover all the areas. There we go. Perfect. Let's see for the little squares. Put it underneath it, and then we paint some more. There we go. Okay, nice. And we do the same thing here. Make sure everything is nice and covered. There we go on this other side, check it. There we go. It's time to look like the proper Dragonmaster armor, which is good. Okay, let's see. We're going to do the red lines on the circle thing that goes in the middle. Okay, let me move the old one. Yeah, perfect. That gives me a better look at the chest and what we need from it. Oh yeah, there's something here I need to take, like the Mario toughness. Duplicate the armor itself. Why? Because I want the red from that. This one, just in case you guys did the same at this one, but just checking. Okay, now we got that. Let's start making the lines that go here. And we go back to this one. Perfect. We're going to do something underneath that one. Let me grab the black. Going back to 10 or make it. Oh, it should be the same thickness. So. Oh, we can make it a little bit thin. Once it's visible, we're good. Okay, let's do a thing on the armor. The arms. Let's see. Okay. In somewhere around here. thin size, but it also need to be perfect. Yeah, it's fine over there. Then we paint underneath them. Oh, you just are working on the rest of the night work. We need to make this thing. Okay, we need a circle in the middle. We pull this far away to know where we should put this. Somewhere around here. Okay, let me just make a circle there. Make sure we have a layer for it. Let me take the color from it. We make a circle. Yeah, I think we are pretty good. It's a little bit bigger. Okay. Then we fill it. Yeah, towards the middle. Somewhere around here. There we go. Okay, then we need to make another circle. So the circle combines with another circle, so no. All right. Okay, we need to put one, but instead we made the fill dark like this. No, like this one. No! Just let me get the fill. Huh? Here, what the heck do you want to do? Windows, about. What the heck do you want? Let's find another window that open and had no. Oh. No, no, no. I don't know why that window did not appear. It's supposed to be. Pain. I don't know how to change wallpaper, so sorry about that. We should make the circle a little bit smaller. I'll change the shape later. You work around with this. Then let me see how it looks. All right, that works. Then we turn these into, let's see, turn into different object. Rasterize it. Rasterize it. Always forget about this. Where is it? There we go. Then we take these two and merge them. There we go. Then we have to make this thing here. Why to not limit it to make sure we are drawing half of the time. All right, let's see. We're going to need gray. What the heck am I painting? Okay. And why did you take the wrong color? There we go. Okay, we need to make the attachments for it. I think that gets attached to it, so then we worry about the lines. Let me turn this around to make this easier for myself. There. Let me check here. Go to layer 42 unless we can actually make this thing. We're going to need a 4 of them. Click. Because painting on top of it. So let's just make it here. I can just make it with rectangles, but that may be tricky. Yeah, because the lines are way too thick. One is way too round. Hit the stroke. Let's make this 5. Then the fill is going to be this. Yeah, we're going to need 4 of these. And we rasterize it. Yeah, let me just turn off symmetry because it's going to have to create it on the other side, so now it's going to get messy. And let's see, we got that one. Let me move this back and see it easier. There we go. Then there we go. Doesn't need to look perfect as long as we get the shape get good. And we move this a whole bunch of layers. Where the heck is this? Okay, probably up here. Huh? Alright, let me make sure we paint this properly. Now we can just duplicate and just turn off this one. And this is easier to paint. Okay, there we go. Much better now. Also need to be perfect. As long as it looks close to perfect, we're good. Then we take that and the rectangle and we just combine them. Now this is just a single unit. Let me make sure this is set up properly. Also, let's fade this position back to normal. Extend on all 4 sides. Make sure. There we go. Okay, making sure it's coming there properly. Then we duplicate that one. Or should I just copy the line where just pa 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 pa? Yeah, I should probably make that easier for myself. Let me just make. What are you asking for, computer? Shut up. But we now need to make 4 lines for this. So that means let's put it back to normal. I'm making a couple lines. Hopefully everything lines up in nothing. Actually, we'll be able to make a rectangle on top of it. me take the red form. Yeah, because we're making a rectangle on top of that. Like this is easier to do. Okay, let me make sure we have the proper layer. Then on that, we're going to make a rectangle. A pretty long one at that. Fix this crap because it's all wrong. Way too rounded. Stop that. Geometry could have said computer. Okay. Let me put it here. I'll say that looks pretty good. Image goes well with the original. Pretty much make it inch a bit wider and we're good. Okay, everything lines up. Maybe an inch a bit wider. Wait. Tiny little bit. That may be a little too wide. It should be a little bit smaller. Right. And we take both things and combine them. Yes, I might just duplicate this. Just transform it. They all line up. They should though. Yes, I might combining and lining up. Okay, we got one. Let me take one and put it on the other side. About this on top, we move it to the other side. Making sure the stop lines up. If not, then that's a very bad thing to do. No! There we go. Don't need to be perfect. This is the fun part. And we duplicate that one. Sure everything lines up. We just adjust it. We have to do the red string every single time. There we go. Then we create one more. Stop doing that. Okay, there we go. Just the mouse goes crazy. Okay, duplicate. And we flip it to line up with the other one, or we make it as close as we can. And there you go. We have our connectors. Connect to that thing in the middle. Yay! Ah, it's so nice to make from time to time. It should be adjusting properly. There we go. Got all the pieces attached. This will look really nice. Okay, now to pick that red and use it for the diamond too. Alright, let's see. Let's go over this layer. Now, the other layer, just hard to see. Let's layer 42, 43, 36, 40, 41, 43. Then I take the rest from this one. Even this smoothing is off. As you symmetry, because we're going to paint on the other side. And we get this out of the way. Pulls this up. There we go. Get part of this Dragonmaster armor done because I still have to make the helmet. And that one may actually be more detailed than the other one. This armor, even though the armor here is just a bigger piece. Yeah, notice the mistake I did. Let me get that out of the way. Alright. Yeah, it's a pretty deep shade already. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got most of the armor. I'll put the shoulder armor, but you won't really need it because we won't see it. Which is the sad part. I could potentially just add it, but it won't be seen. At least we got most of the details done. Alright, we got the red, we got the red parts over there. The underside of the armor. I could make it, but it just feels unnecessary because the thing is, it won't be seen. Alright, I could just add it for the sake of completion. Unfortunately, it's not that detailed, so that's good. Okay, this is could be the way. So this could be. Sure, we are in the proper layer. Black. With the same layer as this one. But in the end, it is. Okay, let me expose it all the way to 100. Let me boot out the other reference. You cannot see it from this side. Then. Kind of hard to see though. To make an estimate, only covers like part of it. Half. Stay a little bit longer than that. Something like this. And from here. Oh, it's a little bit longer than that. Just make this down there. And from there. It's too short. That's it. It's not harder to see. Because the armor harder. Even when to make it, it won't be seen. That is the issue having that. It won't be seen, so it's like only worth the effort. I'm trying to add it for the sake of adding it, but it won't matter much. 10.1 requires 2. Let's see. Okay, there's 1. Okay, there's 2. Red lines. That means 1. Let's put 1 here. And the other 1 here. Yeah, this won't be seen, so it's like, not important, but let's add it for the sake of actually a little should be a completionist. Put this to 10 again. I'm way too much about it. Then we can actually properly paint this thing. Get this out of the way. Take out the smoothing because we won't need it. And this 48 to go cover a larger area faster. There we go. Yeah, after we're done with this, we're going for the helmet. I can potentially start putting it on though. I like to put the whole thing when it's finished. I can cover all that gap. There we go. Then where's the one I did portrait? Alright, let's see which layer is it. I need to delete that section. Just zoom this in. There we go. Okay, slow. Okay, there we go. Get it out, get it out, get that red eye sticking out. Okay, perfect. Then we get got it. Yeah, my old art professor was right. Painting with a mouse is like painting with a brick. Indeed, has been making houses with a brick. It is what it is. Oh yeah, let me get rid of that. This one. Oh. There we go. That's a little bit to edit though. But yeah, most of that won't be sick anyway, but yeah, at least we got part of that done. Yeah, it adds a little bit of extra, which is nice. But it has holes like the other one, so we have to duplicate those holes. Make the new squares. References have different ideas what to do with them. Don't show that. I could just make the squares. Yeah, I see, just a single circle. So this is what the reference says. So let me just duplicate. Put that here. And we duplicate that one. Put the same on the other side. We duplicate that one. Make one here. There we go. Then we duplicate that one. Put it on the other side. No. There we go. A little bit farther in. There we go. Now the parts are connected. We got most of the armor done. There's also rough edges, but let's see. What can we do for that? Just some lines, so it's like, let me take black from here. We can make like 3 pixels. It's kind of furry-ish. It's the thing with this armor. It's kind of furry-ish. A little bit of what seems to be fur. So it's Looks like a little bit of scratches on them. It's kinda hard to do. Let's put this like this. No, that one. Okay. It was like making like a little bit worn on, you know, it's not new. Nice add a little bit of, you know, detail. It's not perfect, but I may just really it'll be hard to see. Need to know symmetry. There we go. Then we affect this a little bit. So pick it. No, I keep forgetting blending. Let's change how blending is now, so it's like I'll always get confused. There we go. Not too shiny, they don't stick out too much. Just put it anywhere I want now. And we got a little bit of burn effect on the areas. Doesn't like brand new. Look a little bit better. And where these points coming from? I just noticed. Where is this coming from? Oh. Huh? I hate layers, man. You have no idea how much I hate layer systems. So then I get confused by the time I start painting, I start noticing mistakes. Ugh. It was working so well. Okay, let's leave it there. So where the hell did I make those mistakes? Alright, let me just take back the inner color. And where are these squares so I can actually turn this off? No, I want to see where the other color comes from. This one. Where does this come from? No side painted over it. Yeah, realizing it. Huh? Yeah, it looks like stupidly painted over it without realizing it. Let me see where this comes from. It's annoying because sometimes you just think not realize it. There. Where does this come from? The line work, why is it there? Don't we go painting there. And now we can see the gaps. Ah! I already painted over it, which means things are gonna look awkward. Crap, 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 crap. Okay, let me see, maybe by merging these stupid layers will fix things. Where did this layer come from? Okay, this is the... No, I'm looking for this one. Photoshop, stop being stupid. Ah. Hey. Where did these lines come from? Photoshop? No. 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 Photoshop? No. Where did those lines come from? I'm too open Photoshop. Because the layers I suck at it. How did that happen? Maybe just stupid and did not realize it. Hey, when it looks fine one side, when you check it's just a mess of layers. Oh, I hate layers. I hate them. Alright, let me see. I'll be the stupid secret so. No, Photoshop, no. No, not 64, just 7 is fine. That's fine. Let me just put them as one layer. I don't have a whole bunch of layers, so at least keep everything. Like we'll have the armor. That's one set. Let me hide this. And keep the... Okay, hide everything else. Such a pain. And that's where it is. I don't know why the colors merge there, or probably just painting a different layer without realizing it. That's probably what happened. They're painting on a different layer without realizing it because Photoshop automatically changes the layer. Anyway, it does that. And then gives me this very borders which I hate. This allows you to fix some problems we had. I hate the very borders a little. It's helping me, but it's not helping me at all. Okay, that should do it. We should probably merge these. Let me just tune out my references. Doesn't take them by accident. And these will be just one layer. Okay, just hide the buttons away to keep them on their own thing, but screw it. Alright, merge visual. That takes a whole bunch of layers, put them as one. Okay, good. Being got her references, being back everything else. We can delete this one. Is the ash layer. Okay. Now we have this. This is a separate layer. I wonder how the hell did this happen? I was painting around, touched a layer by mistake, and painted over it. Ah, bullshit. Right. We can make things uruse. I don't make sense, and you know you're gonna do this. There we go. We make this a little bit darker over here. Yeah. There we go. I don't know what the heck is marking. Not that. There we go. Then we go for the red. Which layer is it? What's about the undersuit? Can burn a little bit. Okay. Then we go up on the red section. Okay, I should probably merge these to make this easier to work with. I want to keep them separate just in case. And then we're going to work left. Alright. This one, okay. Here we go. Then this one. Which one is it? And this one. Get a little bit darker. This one, we can work around it. There we go. Undersuit, I think we're pretty good for now. Let me just add the scratches again. The scratches have their own layer. Notice something here. A little bit of color spilled. I try to be careful around this crap, but always happens. No! Goodness gracious. Okay, let's see, where are the scratches? Because I can, but the love of the gods cannot see them. Okay, it's layer 45. Which means, well, here they should show. There we go. I'll be on layer 45. No, 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 no. It's black. Means when I make a line, I do it. No, it's 5 way to take 3. There. Right. Let's see, we got some scratches here. Limit it on. Alright, let me make sure this looks proper because this is just the top. The line work. Should be fine. Ah, notice a mistake. Let me see if I can actually fix it. Or spilled. Smoothing 0. Yeah, or spilled. All right. I think we are pretty good with what we have there. It does a job. It looks like it. We got the colors done as well. That's left is the helmet after this. It's mostly red. Now we got the red sections on the armor, so that's good too. Alright, that, yeah, all that's really left, and that's just that part of the set. Let me just turn this off so we can get on the helmet. Right. Let me save this. Let me just merge all these layers. It is easier to look for. Mate! I made a huge mistake. Okay, now we got that. Mesh visible. Then want to make sure everything looks proper. Okay. Except for the Mayo hat which I left. Now we got that. We mesh visible. Drop this thing down a little bit. Size smaller. There we go. We crop this thing. It's pretty much ready. Okay, save as a PNG. Ah, yeah, big. Let me get rid of the other layers so it will not stick. Okay, instead of Photoshop, that's a PNG. It will show up here. Okay. Give me a moment. Okay, it should be good. Okay. Now we're on to the helmet section. Let me make sure it actually shows up in the folder I made for it. No. Martin. Yeah, the armor is there. Yeah, as usual, we'll put on the armor, the complete assets after we are done. Yeah, so far we got the capelet and the dragon armor. Actually, it looks pretty nice looking from up here. Looking from here. Looks pretty nice. I like it. Turned out to be a lot better than I thought. Alright, on to the helmet so we can complete this whole shebang. Okay, there's the hat because it's also in a Mario hat. So, let me get the Mario hat out of the way. Use my head to make sure it actually fits there. The colors and the general shape. Let me add a new layer. Get that out of the way. As usual, it will be tense so it matches everything else. Alright, I think I should probably just make the crown select section first. Make sure this is set up at 100. There we go. Once we have that, we can just make everything else. Okay, I need to make my become a little bit taller, so to make crop, to make this taller. Crop. There. There we go. Okay, we're on layer 7. Okay, I have to make sure we get a proper shape because it covers part of my face too. Okay. Basing more on this on the last two. Making sure we have the helmet shape properly. Make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, I couldn't find many more references, so it was still good to find. Okay, let's point to the eraser instead. The helmet is symmetrical, so that's good. Around this area. Then a little bit higher. Yeah, that's good. Doesn't need to be perfect. Let's see how halfway through. I just realized I need to put my head exactly in the middle. Give me a moment while I fix that up. There. That works. Right, we are back to layer 7. Now, I missed you halfway through. Let me make this erase a little bit bigger. Okay, we were good here. Then okay. No. I think we go there. Yeah. Don't want it to be too tall either, so once we have that, the shit should come together. Okay, we got most of the helmet section. At least that part of the helmet is done. This helps build the rest. Alright. Got some fingers here. Okay. After that, let's see. Because now we need to make sure everything goes. Okay, symmetrical for now. I have to fix this line. I'll fix that later. I just have to back out everything. There we go. Oh, yeah. Fuck myself. Let me fix this line here because this is already starting to piss me off. Fix all this line work. There we go. Okay, we got those all the way. Okay, now we can go back here. Then it looks proper. Okay. It's actually longer than I thought. So I may have to crop. Make things a little bit longer. There we go. It's a bit longer over here. There. That we do. Back to layer 7. Okay. Lower span of the ears. That's the thing I need to watch out for. It's also surprisingly pretty long. This side comes out from there. There. Then from here, it has a little bit of fur lining up with it. So if I made the lines like that. Okay, that's fine. Then from here. Okay. There we go. And for the fur lining. Okay, that actually works. Okay, we got at least the general shape. We're going to fix some things as we go. Notice some mistakes. Hope we will get through it before we get to coloring. Okay, I think we're good there. We had the general shape, which is good. Oh yeah, the inside. We can just paint the inside too, but yeah, because then yeah, when you get to the back, I could probably just put a red layer on the back, but that is going to look awkward. Jack. Yeah, it's not easy. Whenever I have to put that, I have to put another red layer behind me, so the helmet actually looks proper. Otherwise, you'll see like the helmet is gonna hold all on the back. That's gonna look weird. It is what it is. Yeah, at least that's just a simple thing. You can just put a red layer on the back, and it will be like nothing there. When we get the helmet on, so that layer will just be hanging on the back. Alright, we got that out of the way. Wait a moment. Just notice that right away. Something is sticking out. Let me just get that out of the way. And you should no weird shapes. No, it's alright. Okay. Now we got that. And what about the other details of the helmet? Let's see. That one is more like a triangle. It's more like two triangles. But let's see. I tried to make it look properly. It looks weird. So different reference has got completely different shapes for it. So it's like, It's gonna make a mix of both. It's more like towards a triangle. Then over here, let me just try to resemble a triangle. No, not those equals intertwined with each other. And we do the same thing on the other side. Right, let's see, right around here. Alright, let's see. I'm not looking awkward a sec. There we go. It's not perfect, but at least we got most of the shapes done. Okay, now for the one in the middle. It changes between sources, so the difference is more like a circle. Or we will do our best. It's more like an oval and triangles around it. Okay. First, let's take the blue. And we're going to make an eclipse. We're going to move this thing around it. Around the middle. And the 4 circles around it, which lines up with everything else. We're going a little bit higher. Let's move the circle thing a little bit. Let me see if I can move this. this on layer 7. Hopefully it doesn't interfere. Oh. Trying to make sure it doesn't interfere with the orange shapes. That is the best I can do. Let's move it alongside it. I can just duplicate the piece and just get it out of the way. Move it. Then copy. Instead, move that piece a little bit higher. Just delete the original. Go back to layer 7, just delete the original. There we go. Then you go back to layer 8 and delete the other pieces. Now this is just a single piece. I can move around on this earth. There we go. Now I can put the triangles without any problem. Okay, we need 4 triangles. So let's take the yellow. Right, 4 triangles. So we go from here, triangle 2. We work on the shape as we go. 5 pixels is good. Wait, on top of the eclipse because it's supposed to go on top. Not. Even so, it just has it placed differently. Kinda hard to tell. I'm gonna take the shape I have here and just copy it. Kinda hard to tell. Maybe it's just like this one, this shape, and just copy on the 4 sides and go the other. And this is actually close to the whites on the top. Let's turn on the triangle. Let's go for layer 8, which is this piece. Duplicate it. Remove this thing. Make it smaller. A little bit wider. There we go. It shares shape is similar. It works, it works, it works. Put this on top. Then there we go. Change as close to the center as possible. There we go. Then we paint the insides in yellow. And we're satisfied, we're going to duplicate that one. And all will be good. Marked it. Good enough. Smoothing. We won't need it here. Marked it. Let me just not symmetric here. Okay, there we go. Let's go open the cover up. Okay. Notice some areas going to mess up with the colors, the borders, so let's just fix that. There we go. And we paint it again. Okay. And we duplicate that. We measure 2 layers and duplicate them. And layers are really just one single. Why did I do that? Okay, this is its own thing. It needs to merge layers. Make sure that a single layer. Take it. It's correct. Okay, then we repeat on the 4 sides and we're good. Let me go. Now, put it straight below. Ah, why do you move? Okay, when this happens, you put it out right in the photo and say, no, I'm gonna move it. No, okay, now need to be perfect. Then move this one. Don't move with Photoshop. Kind of annoying when you do that. Duplicate layer, then we transform it horizontal, so it goes on. Right. Or adjust it. Only the tips are there, but yeah, I think this is enough. I have to make the circle a little bit bigger. There we go. A little bit bigger. You can pull this farther apart. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Doesn't need to be perfect, but we are getting there. Making sure all these pieces just line up together. With the one in the middle, because it would look bad forever. Maybe we can start merging these. So I do wonder why this one got a little border when this one did not. Yeah, I just noticed this one's getting a weird border when this one did not. Go away, imposter. Then what was that? It just Photoshop being weird. Right. There we go. Ah, it is what it is. Okay, we got that. We can start painting the center section. And what these things. It was layer 8. Clips. Layer 8. You can start painting. Alright, make sure symmetry is off. Okay, good. Okay, we can start painting this section. Smoothing is off. We can increase it a bit, not too much. There we go. But at least we got the basic shape done, which is good. It should be properly say this. You know, save in progress just in case power goes out or anything like that. Want to lose the progress on the helmet though. Yeah, as usual, towards the end, I wear it. Wear the whole thing to see how it looks. Oh yeah, me turn off my head so don't see Michael. Also need to be covered up. But that always happens. I turn on my body anyway. See, it's a whole bunch of holes I need to cover. Oh yeah, we're going to do a bit of fire after this, but no immediately after. I'm going to grab something to eat before that. We're almost 2 hours, which is really good. Yeah, I was expecting this to be around under 3 hours. It wasn't going to be that long. Yeah, because this thing usually don't take too long unless they're like super detailed, in where they're like a little bit of the problematic. Notice a mistake there. Yeah, once we are nearly done with this, we're going to put it on just to test things out. As the one I'm wearing is one I haven't worn in probably years. Probably the Felix outfit from Golden Sun: The Lost Age. That's a game I would like to see again because we never actually finished Golden Sun: The Lost Age because we got stuck. Where did you get stuck? I messed up with the golden code and it didn't transfer a specific strategy I need to go for Magma Rock. I got stuck on Magma Rock because I didn't have left synergy. Did not have it, and you need that to enter Magma Rock. Oh dear, I remember that day. I tried everything, but nothing worked. Nothing worked at all. It was despair. And then I turned off Fire Warriors 3 hopes. In that same string, like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Yeah, that was a thing many years ago. Ah, 3 holes was really fun actually. Let me get this one out. Paint this side too. And we can start going about the fur color and the red. But this helmet has a lot of red built into it. Yeah, eventually going to hit Lunar, but I have to check this second game to see that guy wears anything else in particular. I know he has like markings on his face, so I'll try to recreate those. That will be when we get also finish Lunar. I will try to meet that guy. Okay, we got that. Alright, let me just take the colors from you. Let me bring the color for this one closer. Probably merge these as its own layers. Easy to work with. Merge B7 that way this on layers. It's merge layers. Anyway, that way these are just one layer. Okay. You have to make another one, but right underneath it. We should darken things up as we go. Oh, it ate the cursor. I hate it when that happens. Ah, how do you get the cursor again? I hate when this happens. I hate when I accidentally click it and disable it. Because I can see click preview. How do you do? Ah, crap. I think it happens. I press caps by mistake. Okay, hopefully that works because it was driving me insane. Anyway, I accidentally pressed caps lock and don't lose in the preview. All right. Yeah, that will be this and the helmet. Well, this is the helmet. With the helmet and the armor, we're going to try those on as we near the end of this stream. Let's see, hopefully we end within 3 hours. We can edit a little section where I mess up. Then it will be back to normal. Okay, there we go. Also notice that shorter streams take forever for YouTube to pretty much process. I don't know why. The longer ones take like nearly an hour to do so, but the other ones take forever to be processed. The shorter ones for some reason. Looks like YouTube posting on lower priority. Process and just a pain. Let's work on the big ones. Let's work on the big ones first. The borders are painted because they tend to get really close to the borders and then Photoshop misinterprets that. Post too much on the borders. Anyway, we will get this. This is on. Probably grab some dinner, then probably head to a little bit of Pokemon after this. Controller is charged up and ready. Make sure of that. Want to fix that crash I got there before we go on to painting the head sections of this helmet. Probably a little bit of burn. Make things look nice and pretty. Right, where is it? Here, 7. Here it is. Let me just delete that section and fix something. This will really stand out. There we go. Okay, that works for now. Make sure we don't tell me the phone freaking died. That's it. Usually we're stuck here for a moment. Phone decided it was a good idea to die. Let's give it a couple of minutes while the phone just goes back to life. Yeah, because B2 Studio drinks its battery. Maybe my job does it that hard. And let me just give it a minute or two while it actually recognizes the phone. Because if you plug it immediately, it simply will not detect the charger. It simply just drains the battery. Drains the battery dry, like the succubus from unwary dreamer. Okay, we got signal back. Let me put this back on. Battery is dead as dead. I just bring back B2 Studio, get this back in, finish this so we can get rolled on and finish. There we go. Hopefully that takes care of that section. Okay, it seems that the fur is almost on the same color, so you can potentially just add this and continue with the fur. Okay, this is just an inch bit lighter. It's almost in the shade as white. It's not perfect, but we will do our best. That has a little bit of border on it. I should worry too much about that. There's a little bit of fur. Change this with one layer. Or on top. Then we paint this is smaller. We can actually activate symmetry. Also speed things up a little bit before we go crazy on the red. Now we go to put a little bit of burn effect on the corners. And that will help things a little bit. Also give a little bit of darker effect on the corners and we should be good. Okay, after that just red, smash red, because the rest of the helmet is red. Repeat straightforward. Get the rest of it. Here's the helmet and the rest of the armor. We already did the armor, so we'll be working. And now we're working on the helmet. Now we're pretty much ready to go to tackle the Lunar games. But yeah, that will be a thing. We finished Metaphor. Need to find a good candy place and me putting myself in the mood to actually get into that game. Because the last time I played, I actually played all stream to grind out for the archetypes. I'm actually grinding enough items to master all the archetypes I could get. What I'm short of is mag and EXP, especially mag. We can get some mag, we are good, we can unlock classes and stuff. What is why? What do you have to make that so needlessly complicated? I do not know. Yeah, especially mag. Once we get mag, we get some EXP, we are good. Then we can take on Luisito-sama. Okay, he's bought that so we can get to the world of Lunar. And after that, we're going to live with Twilight Princess. Oh yeah, I have to make a new asset for Twilight Princess. Now think about it, because his outfit is very different. It's darker than the other links. So the idea that Twilight Princess is much darker than all the Zeldas, especially in artwork, is because of feedback that go from Wind Waker. You see, when Wind Waker was released, people hated it, especially on the West. Why? Because anyone remember the Space War 2000 little video. You know, you can see those look here. They had a very realistic, at least at that time, looking like fighting Ganondorf. Ganondorf with a sword. Every time Ganondorf has a sword in Smash, it's on this little video. Also, the model used for Ganondorf there was the model used later for Super Smash Bros. Made for Ganondorf. It's that model, they just brought it. Apparently it was because it was pretty late in development and Ganondorf was pretty popular, but they didn't have time to make a new model, so they just brought in that model along with his sword into Smash. However, there was also not much time to finish things, so but the exact idea is giving essentially Captain Falcon's rigging skeleton, which is something you put on 3D models so they can actually move. They put Captain Falcon's because it's the one that was most similar to Ganondorf when it comes to his shape, which is also why Ganondorf started his going Smash as a Captain Falcon clone. Because they have similar rigging skeletons. That's also why he got Captain Falcon out of everyone. In Mario Kart, we know. Actually, they were going to add Wario Melee too. And he was going to come as a clone of Mario. Oh, good thing they did not, because Wario moves very different from Mario. I did that. Okay, we got those colors in. Yeah, a different layer. Let's get red. Oh, this one is actually a little bit deeper. It's a little bit brighter. I need to be careful with the shading because B2 Studio, when shade up, didn't like certain shades of red. I need to be careful when it comes to helmet and shading because it may not actually show up. It doesn't show you to work with offset. To deal with that. Okay, let me make sure these. Let's bury it. There we go. So we could potentially go for this one. Make sure, oh, we go for this one. It's essentially the same as the Mario one. A bit brighter, bro. Let's make sure it matches. That way they all on the same page and it's not a different shade of red. Alright, we're going to paint these. Make sure everything looks proper. And after we get that, we can put a little bit of burn effect for a little bit of shading. Notice a mistake there. Let me see if I can actually fix that. Oh, the borders can be such a pain. Like, let's go back to painting. But then also there's some basic interpret stuff. We can paint over this area with no problems. Yeah, after this we paint and fix it. We can then try to work making sure it actually looks proper and B2 Studio. If it looks alright, then we grab up and end. And when we go to it, then prepare things for Fire Red to see if we can actually catch Suicune this time. But yeah, first order of the day will probably be to level up Golbat so it can have mean look. That way we can trap Suicune and it will stop running. So I think that we only roaming Pokemon that they are annoying because they tend to run away. Okay, notice a little black there. Let's see if we can actually find the layer that's causing it. Found it. Delay. There we go. We got that part of the helmet. It is the same red, so we can just continue carrying on this red onto the other side. Let me get this out of the way. We can mess with the layers. Let me be careful on the corners. And you know, there can be such a pain. Not this a mistake there. Such a pain. I think it's just move and get range will be good. I think. Yes. Wait, not this thing's going on the other side. You get too close with the same part of the other colors bleed into the other side. And the only thing I can do is just put this on top. I don't have to worry about it. Wait, I accidentally painted red on this one. Okay. It went to things like this. I don't realize it. I'm adding a layer by mistake. That means red, if we jump into this one, we have to make sure that doesn't happen. Wait, why is it bleeding to the other side? This, it means I should be able to handle it. I'm just messing up. Just leave it alone for now. Deal with it later. Careful. Okay. No. Okay, there we go. The idea is to play a little bit of Lunar after we're done with Metaphor. That is the plan. Hopefully it works. Just need to find a good place to grind levels in Metaphor. And get a lot of mag. We can get more archetypes. HT con Luisito Sama. Doesn't bother anyone ever again. Alright. Then we head to Lunar and then the sequel, then Twilight Princess. Then probably Bleach after that. We've been doing Bleach before. We also have to finish like a Dragon Ishin, so we will tackle that too. We're not that far from the end, so that's really good. We got to chapter 10, so like 3 or 4 more chapters until we actually finish again. Maybe they get we just trying to finish it. Just to get out of the way, eventually we get to Kiwami at some point. Need to see the changes they did. I think they will come up with Kiwami 4 at some point. It will be too hard to make. It's 5 that may give them trouble because it requires more maps. There we go. Yeah, kinda looks like a Santa hat. You kinda looks like a Santa hat. Maybe because of the color. Yeah. At least we got most of the helmet done. And a little bit of shading on the other parts. A little bit of burn. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. This one. Ah. It's a little bit darker. Notice something on that corner, just see what the heck happened with the line over there. Must be alright. It's Roger having a hiccup probably. You know, it's having hiccups from time to time, so there's that. Move over here. There we go. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's that red, I think get good. What's that song? A little bit darker. Yeah, you can obviously see the rush here. It's a little bit bigger. Hey, too big. All right. A little bit dark. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Work things out to make it a little bit darker. There we go. Use the color when you do that. Let me start acting weird. I just noticed something. Part of the gray is gone. Oi, where's part of the gray? Unless I completely forgot. How the heck did that happen? Oh, let's see if in this section. For some reason I completely forgot. There we go. It is up too. Okay, now we got that. I made this a little bit darker. Hi. There we go. That's it. The colors. There we go. Then the triangles. Yeah. Well, speed alright. This what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Alright, I think we are in the stage we can actually test things out. Let me just hide the references. Get these out of the way. Buy Mario hat. Drop things a little bit so it actually covers up the whole helmet. Yeah, I noticed a little something. The lights make it issue over here. So let's move the whole thing. Okay, just merge visible. Yeah, I knew something was up. This is live when you fix it. Right, let's go with this. Then crap. No. You put the last symmetry. Hopefully it doesn't mess up. Move into max. Right. Let's see if this gets fixed on the other side, but I need to fix this. Okay. Knows better. And we delete these. Delete this. And crop it a little bit more. Right. Crop it. Okay, I think we're good to transfer. Before that, let me turn this off. We save this as a PNG. Okay, PNG. Let me turn this back to normal. Huh? No. It's asking me to save it as another one. Oh, Photoshop, why? As a helmet is this one. Yes, save it. Take over it. Right. Alright, we got most of this done. Oh yeah, no one forgot to shade the helm. Triangles. Let me see if I can make things a little bit darker. Hi. Let's do it. There we go. Now the triangles. Here we go. Let me go for the other one. And 3, which one is this? What's on the off? This one. And then the other one on the right. Here we go. A little bit of shading goes a long way. Get this out of the way. I have to fix the line work from here. Okay, let's see. Edge visible. delete this. Pa 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 pa. Oh, the whole thing. Is the line work again? As you symmetry. Then we fix this here. There we go. Hopefully it gets fixed on the other side too. We drop this thing. On the other side, drop it. Drop it some more. Okay, now we hurry wave. We set this as a PNG. Replace the other one we made earlier. Hi. Yes, computer, so messing around. Think about the other stuff. Let me make sure it's properly safe. Yes, photo. Replace it. I noticed a mistake. Crap. Interesting, but you don't see it when it's closer, but if it gets farther away, Photoshop is like, here's a border you just missed. But it doesn't display until you see it far enough. Photoshop, why? Essentially after I shaded the whole thing. It's like, everything looks alright when you zoom in and everything looks nice. It's when you turn it farther away, it's like, oh no, you missed this. Oh no, you missed that. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Why, Photoshop? Why? Everything looks alright and perfect until you get farther away. It's like, here's some mistakes. Ah, Photoshop, why? Why must you torture me this way? Let me see if there's any way I can actually fix this. Yo, having to make big changes to this whole thing because it feels really annoying. Let me make sure they're on the proper layer. Now what the heck, and why are we seeing borders where we should not be borders? Ah, Photoshop, why? Cheapest way of fixing this, just put it underneath it and just paint under it. Now give me a moment while I just try to patch this up. Moment. No! Are you painting over it? It should be under it. Let me put it under the other layer. Huh? Don't get dumber every day. Getting off, just turn off symmetry. Because I'm seeing some stuff that should not be happening. Give me a moment while I try to fix things because Photo decided to be pinch and start messing up with the colors. Goodness gracious, I hate when that happens. When you think you are done, you say, no, you're like borders over here, there's borders over here, borders. This gets annoying. You think you're done for just like, no, screw you. You're like borders here. No, all that stuff. And you zoom in and should be any trouble. There's here when you put it farther away for some reason. This gets really annoying. Okay, that should fix things. Then for this one, since the color blending, that happens. So things make are alright, and then Photo showing two things farther away. Say, no, you let this. No, you let that. No, no, this eraser. This eraser. Don't show up on scene, but I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this thing. Comes to these things and gets really annoying and frustrating because you think you are done, and the sponsor is like, no. So I can't fix it. Here's some borders you didn't see when you zoom in earlier. and there shouldn't be any problems. Then here's some holes. Okay, we'll Photoshop those out. Here's more holes. Okay, we're good. Everything looks perfect. You zoom in, everything is colored, everything is perfect. And when you turn back in, it's like, oh, here's holes everywhere. Ah, ah, ah. Do you Photoshop? All right. So that delays me. Hey, wait, good. Okay, hopefully things should be all right. Have to move the whole thing up again. Ah, this is one. You know what? Save. Then we're going to leave this. Then merge visible. Move the whole thing up because I have to do the line work again for the millionth time. Ah, this is so annoying. Just when you think you're done first, it's like, no, you left a whole bunch of holes. I just noticed another one. Such a why? Why you do this to me? There's more holes that you left. It's a whole bunch of holes. Means you don't see them when you get close to them. It's when you're far away. Unfortunately, it's like it's a whole bunch of holes. It's really annoying because when you think you're done, it's like no. Not to check every nook and cranny or borders that fortress I not conveniently leave out. It's so annoying. Let me check the other side. Yes, more holes. Okay, it should be good now. Hopefully, you're not gonna go insane. Here, I don't see any holes. Don't see anything weird. Ah. Okay. This is just one thing that we merge these two layers into one. Ah. It's just so annoying. Yeah, I forgot to do the line work for there. Ah, crap. Ah. No, black. Then, okay, DDB attend symmetry on. ZATSU symmetry, we fix that and we should be done. Should. Emphasis on should. There we go. Hopefully no more holes. Making my life miserable. There we go. That one's good. Now we can close in on this one. Well, you cannot see anything on this, but just trying to fix things up ASAP. Image photo those is. Okay, everything looks alright. It should be alright. Let me say that's a PNG. Hi. Okay. I'm not to bother with her ass. Right, let me see if everything looks properly. Okay. Now we are back here. Sorry about that. I was fixing some stuff. Hopefully it looks good now. But for the moment, let me just go away for a little bit and put everything on. This outfit can go back. Let's see. The helmet should be okay. This is the helmet should be above. This is still helmet is still okay. Yeah, because the layers they have to be in specific order. Alright, let's see. Helmet appears. Ash. Helmet is here. Hopefully everything works. If not, then I'm going to go insane. Oh, I saw that. Let me check. Make sure everything works properly because now the helmet is attached to the hair. That means when every time I turn, the helmet turns. Make sure I attach to my face. Okay, looks better now. Let me see how it looks in B2 Studio. Okay. No, it's not this one. Okay. There we go. Toy console, I need blushing a little bit, so let me see. Here's I do not want the effects we are realizing it. Yeah. There we go. We have the armor on. Everything seems to be working properly. Everything seems to be displayed properly, which is good. Let's see if I can move myself a little bit. Go. Let me just do it from the B2 Studio. Pull my tiny farther away. There we go. There we go. Looks nice. We got the Dragon Master armor ready. That means we are ready to tackle, and everything looks okay. Good. Everything looks like it should be. Our armor is ready. The details are there. The helmet is there. The helmet looks like the helmet. Everything works together. Awesome. Yay. Yeah, we got everything ready. All right, let's go over here. Make myself a little bigger. Oh yeah, let me adjust this in over here. Okay. Let me adjust this over here because now I'm making huge. There we go. The armor, we started from 0 and we finished it within 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Count down the 5 minutes, around 2 hours 25 minutes or so. But yeah, we finally made up the armor, so we are ready to tackle the first game at some point whenever we are ready. Yeah, we got the helmet and the rest of the armor, so that's really good news. We have to get those two done and out of the way. Anyway, let's see if things here for now. We'll go grab something to eat, and then we may have a little bit of Pokemon after this. So if you like the stream, please like and comment, helps me a lot. You can also check me out on Twitch, TV/_comment, see over there sometimes too. And you can also check me out on Twitch, Twitch is in there sometimes. You can check me out on Twitter, Now then, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later for Pokemon.